Anyway, welcome everybody.
Hey guys.
To the seriousness of nothing and everything. Don't know why I'm breathing so hard.
Little dance breakdown over there.
I think so.
Little MC Hammer routine.
I know the last time we talked about making sure you're in good health. Listen, I will know my health has improved when I can walk up and down the stairs and not feel completely winded. Mm-hmm. Right now, that ain't the case.
It's coming.
Yes, it is.
That time will come. Well, I'm Allison.
And I am Melissa. And we are your hosts. For the seriousness of nothing and everything, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if we're your vibe.
Yeah. If you like what you hear and see.
Yes. So, what is going on? I mean, we do know this is what? Black History Month. Get out the way! It's Black History Month! Move, bitch! It's Black History Month!
I just finished 6.25 mile run. Why do some people look so cute when they run? I mean, I've got my...
Move, bitch! Get out of my fucking way! It's Black History Month!
Period. All the white people to the back immediately!
Who said that?
It was some real, some guy. He had like a wig on, like a fur coat. He comes into a room and all these people are just sitting down. He was like, all right, it's Black History Month. I need all the white people to the back immediately. So he's like, all right, so get better already.
All the Caucasians to the back. Immediately. Honestly, thank you. Looks better already.
Do you have a Black History fact for us, for the people?
I do. Oh, I lost it.
Oh.
Hold on.
Well, while she's finding the Black History fact, I hope everyone's Black History Month is going well, that you are doing something, even though the administration is, saying no to Black history and things of that nature, that, you understand that we don't need anyone to tell us that we can celebrate Black History Month. Okay? So, have you found it? No?
Yes, found it.
Period.
So, for today's Black History Nugget.
Black History Nugget!
Frederick McKinley Jones. He was the first African American to be awarded the National Medal of Technology and Innovation. He was awarded that posthumously. However, he was best known for revolutionizing the preservation and transportation of food and other perishables. So he was born near Cincinnati, Ohio in 1893, and he had an interest in mechanical and electrical engineering at a young age. He educated himself in his spare time, both before and after serving in World War I. Jones holds more than 60 patents for his various inventions.
Period.
The majority of them are pertaining to refrigeration technology. His greatest scientific contribution is the 1935 invention of an automatic refrigeration system for trucks, cars, railroads, and it was later adapted to use in planes and ships. The system enabled the long-distance transport of meat, fresh produce, and other perishable foods, effectively transforming the shipping and grocery industries. And that is Frederick McKinley Jones.
Period, Mr. McKinley Jones. Thank you. The father of refrigeration is what we're going to call you.
Exactly.
I mean, where would we be without Black inventors in the Stone Ages? Thank you for that Black history moment. Black History Nugget.
You're welcome.
Yes. So, what else is good? Gosh, where would we be without refrigeration?
I mean, if you think about it, there's so many, Black inventors and innovations that we use on a daily basis and don't really even realize. Yeah, exactly.
I just want a little, just a little corner. Continue on.
Get your little cover. So there's we don't know where we'd be because there's so many things that we use that involve Black innovation and creativity. And so, just the idea that we don't want to teach that type of history anymore, or we don't want to share how Black people have contributed to this country, in the world, but let's talk specifically about the United States because that's where we are. Like, it is unfortunate, but it's up to us as a people to be aware and learn and know our history. because we know what contributions we've made. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is, it's funny that you say that. Like, we know, like, as far as culturally, as a people, Black people, we know the contributions that we've made. And the very rich people in the top 1%, they also know. But it behooves them and their racist agenda, white supremacist agenda, to make the rest of the people who they also don't care about as ignorant as possible, so they don't know. Not only they don't know our history, but they don't know history in general to see how history repeats itself.
yes.
So you're right. We, if anything, we need to continue to be a very learned people. Learned or learned?
I like learned. I think it is learned, but I like
Learned too. And learned people. Like, we can't, if they don't want to educate their children, well, that's y'all.
Yeah.
But I do think we should make it a point to make sure we're educating our children and that they know their history. And that they also know white history too.
Yeah.
You know, because as everyone is saying, slavery is white history. Black history part is surviving and what we did to push through and thrive after slavery. So
It's very important. That's a good distinction too.
So, but yes, so period.
So happy Black History Month.
Yes. Happy Black History Month. People, keep celebrating. We don't need any reason to not. And we don't need someone to give us a reason to. We do it regardless.
Right.
So, and we should start doing it all year long. That's fine. It's Black History Month every month.
Just keep putting facts out there and more information and just about all the ways that we've contributed, made an impactful difference in this society.
That might be something good to do, like a reel, because I feel like we probably could come up with certainly 365 facts.
Oh my gosh,
you know what I mean? And just do that with your, like, if I'm doing like a fashion reel or something, and just today's OOTD is this. But speaking of today's Black History fact is this.
Yes.
And you just have a Black History fact.
That's a great idea.
So just to keep us going. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think you should do it.
Okay, just an idea, and if you like that idea, you do it too.
Let's all do it.
Let's all do it. Let's just inundate social media with a bunch of Black History facts.
I mean,
facts.
I feel like there's some value and some power in that, like just the sharing of the information and putting it out there, whether you want to see it or not.
I want to stretch my leg out.
So I feel like there's some real value, even if people don't want to see it. Like, this is truth, and we're putting it out there for the world to digest, or at least be exposed to.
Exactly. So, and maybe that's just a kind way of doing things, because I think it's easy to want to be angry and rage, but this is like just a nice way of doing your part to say, this is my way of protesting or letting my voice be heard. You know, because everything doesn't have to be like, you're mad. Are you actually holding your leg? You were holding your leg.
I was for a little bit.
So,
yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, then, let's all see if we can do that.
Yep. My moo is getting in the way.
Moo's always get in the way. Like, there's such a wonderful thing, but when you're sitting down and you're like, you become swaddled. Like, you're like,
it's like bunched, like wrapped up like a burrito.
Yeah, I don't understand how people would sleep in that.
No.
Can't even imagine.
Because you won't be able to move by the time you wake up.
At this point, I feel like I'll be the one. I wake up, my moo is ripped to shreds. Shit ripped. God. No. I need to go to the grocery store. You larger straw. Them cocktail straws get you every time. Them little stir sticks. Stir straws. Get you every time. I need to go to the grocery store.
Same.
Which means I have to travel. I mean, I can go to Food Lion.
Yes.
Again, Food Lion. I need you to up your stores. I did find out there's a Food Lion in Charlotte that is really nice because apparently the CEO lives in the area where that Food Lion is. So, CEO of Food Line, if you don't mind letting the rest of your food lines look as good as that one, that'd be great. Because I gotta be honest, your girl is struggling going to Food Line, especially for produce. Other stuff, fine. But again, it's a struggle. If you can kind of make your food lines look a little more Harris Teetery, Publix-y, I appreciate it.
Was Bloom? Remember Bloom?
I think that was
Food
Food Lines.
Lions?
It's just bring that back. That was just ahead of its time.
Yeah, because it was Food Lion's answer to the Harris Teeters. I think at the time it was like Harris Teeter was like the that was it. Cause yeah, we the
didn't have
luxury
Publix
grocery store.
Wrong, because Food Line always be looking
Ran through.
girl, ran through lady.
Like a streetwalker.
Yeah, Food Line always look like apocalypse now. Like just an apocalypse. That's all that's left.
The Food Line by me isn't too bad.
The ones that there is one Food Line in the area. I can go to 3 that's in my, which I don't know what that says, but there are 3 Food Lions within probably like 5 or 7 minute drive from me. You know, Harris Teeter is probably about a 7 minute drive, and Publix probably about the same. So no Trader Joe's, none of that. But 2 of the Food Lions, like the first time I went to one Food Line is literally like a minute away. I was like, clutch pearls. Like, it was very like, no, I'm never going to come here again. Not at night, you know.
Definitely can't come at night.
Yeah, it was very sketch when I first came. I was like, I do not like this Food Line at all. The other one is better than that one, but still kind of like, The third one is actually much nicer, and it kind of gives you more of a Harris Teetery Publix-y feel.
Yeah.
It's even when you walk in, it's brighter, it's bigger, it's like higher ceilings, like it's just nicer.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to frequent that Food Lion, just because
it's a nicer shopping.
It's a nicer shopping experience. But I wish that all Food Lions would just invest in their stores, even if they're not in the best of areas.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Food Lions are everywhere. Food Lions are in good and bad areas. It's really weird. So I just feel like make them all look nice.
Make them all equal.
Yeah.
Just make them all look the same. Nicer.
Because I've been to some Food Lions in nicer areas that were still
not great.
Yeah.
Probably older.
Yeah.
I think the newer ones they're making are nicer. I think the older ones.
Yeah, they're just like, fuck them.
Yeah. They just need somewhere to get their produce and their dry goods.
Yeah, whatever. That's how we keep our costs semi-low.
Yeah.
Because the Food Line ain't that cheap.
Their sales are good.
Their sales are great.
But regular prices, they're actually a little expensive, in my opinion. But yeah, the sales are good.
Yeah.
I get frustrated when I go grocery shopping. Because it's good to have information, but then once you have the information, once you know better, you should do better. So it's like, it's like knowing a lot of these foods have all of these additives in it. Like, you just put me onto the Yuka app, and you can scan. If y'all don't have it, download the Yuka app. But trust and believe it's going to change the way you look at everything that you've ever bought.
And the stuff you already have, you want to throw some away left and right.
You're going to end up cleaning out your whole pantry and your beauty drawer and cabinet, your bathroom medicine cabinet. But
it's food and skincare.
Yeah, having this app, you're just scanning everything. And then obviously with all the information that we have about the dyes and the additives that are bad for you. So when I go shopping now that I know I should not be consuming these things, it's always on the back of my mind. We'll read the ingredients, maybe scan it, see what's in it. This is actually really bad for you. Our bodies don't even process this particular ingredient. So you end up putting the stuff back, and I just get frustrated just shopping. I'm just like, what am I supposed to buy? Because on the one hand, I don't want my family to consume trash.
Right.
But on the other hand, the alternative is making it myself. But I don't have the type of setup. My life ain't set up to where I can make stuff from scratch. I can make a couple things from scratch. Like I've been experimenting with fruit leather, and it's actually gone well. I made my second batch yesterday.
Was that better than the first one?
Well, the first one, it actually turned out good. I just
Okay.
didn't think it did. I thought it was bad, but it actually turned out really good.
Okay.
We actually finished it in like one day.
Really?
So it was really good.
Right.
So I did the second batch yesterday. I used applesauce for one, and then I used like a pureed fruit for the other. Anyway, it turned out good. But it was like, you know, I can make some things from scratch, but I can't do everything from scratch. But y'all keep giving us all this trash in our food to eat. So a lot of times I'm at the grocery store angry. Like I'm walking up and down the aisles angry. Like even when it comes to buying water.
Girl.
Like I would like to buy, what is it, Mountain Valley Springs water? Because that's the best water apparently that's on the shelves out there.
In glass, though.
In glass, yeah. I can't afford $3.19 per liter. I'm supposed to be drinking 100 ounces, which is almost 3 liters a day. So I'm going to spend $9 on water a day?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
So I be in the grocery store angry.
I don't blame you, though, because honestly, and we kind of put this together back when they started doing the organic stuff, although now we know organic ain't really organic, just something they slapped up there to charge us more. But
Yeah.
even then, the idea was everything is about privilege and everything is about having money, because to live a healthy life, you need to have the funds to do so, because it is much more expensive to live a healthy life. And now that we have all this excess of information about how it's even worse than we imagined,
Yes.
it's almost like not only is it monetarily more expensive, it's going to cost you time-wise. It's your actual labor now that you have to account. Because really, we need to be growing our own food. We need to be having our own chickens and cows and slaughtering our own meat. And that's what we really should be doing. Because our government, our regulations, don't regulate shit. They are in cahoots with the pharmaceutical company in order to keep us sick. So I totally get being upset. But I think the good thing is we do have the information, although it can be overwhelming because it's so much to consume.
Yeah.
But I think we just have to start somewhere. So, like with water, okay, if we can stop buying so many bottled waters because of all the microplastics. And, you know, I don't know, maybe try to find filtered water that might be good. And I don't know how good filtered water is in the refrigerator. Probably not.
Without the electrolytes. I mean, filtered water is fine because it doesn't have the stuff in it, but there's no electrolytes.
Well, maybe we can add electrolytes, child. I don't know.
Find a natural spring.
Or something. Or I was watching Tashira from Politics and Fashion. She was like that one thing that she was not bringing to 2025 from 2024 was bottled water. So she went and got a water stand. And it's you just stick, it's I think a glass one, and you stick the water in, and she has like a big, however many gallons.
Yeah. Where did she get her water? Did you see what? Was it like delivered or something?
It was delivered. I need to look. I'm sure she had it linked on her page.
Yeah.
I'll go back and link it and tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Because maybe it's something that might be a little bit more cost effective than certainly $3.19 a liter.
Yeah.
Just to see. But I think that's then what we have to do. We take this information, try not to let it overwhelm us, because that's what these next 4 years are going to be about, being overwhelmed. And just start with small things. Just start with small things, like using the Yuka app. Like she said, it's a really good app. Use the Yuka app, and the things that aren't good, don't buy them. And the good thing is it does recommend other things.
Yeah.
And just try to focus on those things. And maybe start with the small things that you can make. So you're doing fruit leather, make your fruit leather. That is a good snack. And then maybe say, all right, I'm going to try to grow have a little hydroponic little...
My little herbs or spices or something.
And do it that way. I saw a lady, she had like, I don't know what it was from, but she had these upright gardens in her house. And she did have like one of them grow lights. But you just put like little pods in the thing and then you just water it and you have your grow light. And she was growing like tomatoes, kale, and it was just, but everything was growing upright. But the seeds and stuff were in these pods that she just stuck in little shoots and would water and it would just bloom.
That's cool.
So,
yeah. So to do little things. You can't do all the things.
no.
Because, you know, the trad wife life will have you thinking like, oh, I need to make my own bread and churn my own butter.
Exactly. Meanwhile, what they really trying to do is convince women that they need to go back into the kitchen and be barefoot and pregnant. We're on to you.
We're not food.
You're not food, Nara. And whoever the rest of them are.
Yes. And also you can do that because your husband has provided an opportunity for you to do that.
Exactly. Nope.
So yes, that's how I am lately. And now that I can't go to my regular haunts, I can't get my inexpensive dry goods from Walmart and my produce from Publix and my bulk goods from Sam's, although there's Costco. But yeah, now I'm even angrier. Like the hunt for finding the things.
It's literally like the hunt for Red October.
It is. It's like a full-on scavenger hunt.
Yes. And it sucks. Why don't y'all just want people to live? People will eventually die. People do die, but y'all ain't got to like push us to it faster.
Well, the hope is that we don't die. They'll medicate us so we'll stay alive.
No.
They'll treat us and treat us and treat us so we'll stay alive. Sick,
Dreadful.
but alive.
Sick but alive. Having a horrible way of life, but alive.
Yeah, because it costs. The treatment costs money.
That is true.
And that's the bottom line.
Capitalism at its finest.
Cancer will never be cured.
Never. But they got that cure, just like in the X-Files. I know they got cancer.
Do they have a cure for cancer in the X-Files?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like, just like the X-Files where things are the truth.
Oh,
the
yes.
truth is out there. The cure for cancer, I'm sure it's out there.
It's out there. It's been discovered already.
Absolutely. Just like, to me, I feel like the cure for AIDS is out there, too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the way people are living much longer with AIDS as well, you know, I know they're saying it's not a cure. They can treat it or,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's manageable. But still.
But that's probably how they got to making it manageable.
Mm-hmm.
They found something that would eradicate it, and then they made something that would make it livable.
Mm-hmm. They said, we can't eradicate this now.
There's $1 billion in the treatment of HIV/AIDS.
Exactly. So let's do that. Cancer? We definitely can't get rid of cancer.
No.
We make too much money off of cancer. My goodness. And honestly, you know, we still make a lot where a lot of people get treated and they live, but then it's population control because a lot of people still die.
Yeah,
So,
that too. It's a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else is going on?
Girl. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm feeling the dog bug.
That you want a dog? Oh, my son wants a dog.
Well, y'all get one first.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've been seeing so many videos. Like, I had a dog, Smokey. My baby Smokes.
Mm-hmm.
And I got him when he was 3 months old. And he lived until a ripe old age of 15. So, and after that, I said, I'm never getting another dog. Because the pain of losing a dog was, oh my God, it was terrible. I said, oh, never going through this again. And then it was not too long after, you know, my dad had passed me, like a year or so. So it just was a horrible time. And I was like, I'll never, ever get another dog. And I remember there was a young lady, I forget her name now, but she went to go for high school. And she DM'd me probably a couple months, maybe like in December, because Smokey passed in November. So it was probably like December of that year. And she was like, my husband and I, we breed dogs and we want to gift you one. You know, and I said, that is the sweetest thing. I said, child, I'm not ready.
Not ready.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But now I feel like I'm 50-50. Like, I'm ready to, like, have something here with me.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for the expense that comes with having a dog because dogs are very expensive. You know, like you want to make sure they're healthy, and then nowadays, even the dog foods are dreadful.
Yeah.
Like they got all types of additives. Now you gotta look at the dog food. The dog foods, even the ones you think are good, Fresh Pet and all those things are still bad. They have like a lot of dogs have died from Fresh Pet because they had like salmonella or something.
Really?
Yeah. So now they're like, don't give your dogs kibble and don't give them any of the refrigerated food. You give them like ground turkey, like
so you got to make it yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know. So then that's another. I don't know if I am ready by myself to just take on the additional labor that it's going to take. Like it was a lot just doing the regular stuff.
Yeah.
It was expensive just doing all that stuff. But now the added part of now making your food and all of these different things, and I need to. I mean, I wash Smokey anyway, but still being cognizant of what are you washing this dog in, or where are you taking, or how are you clipping the dog's nails, or are you doing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's that when you know better, you do better. So it's taking on, because there was a time when having a dog was literally put the food in the bowl, put the water out.
And maybe put the dog outside.
Yeah, wash them every now and again. That's your dog. But nowadays, it is about how do you care for your animal.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's something you got to be ready for. It's like caring for a child.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that's why I'm like, well, maybe someone else can get a dog and I can just dog sit someone's dog.
Yeah, I was like, we got to get more discipline before we get a dog. It's like walking the dog, several times a day. Like we got to make sure that we are better with our time, because I'm a terrible time manager. So I got to make sure he and I are better with our time, because it can't be he's running out the door or I got to take him to go to school and the dog hadn't been walked yet. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. So
yeah, the dogs are so wonderful. But yeah. So I think it's maybe just me wanting like someone here, and just I'm laying on the couch and he's laying right there, because I would miss laying on the couch and Smokey would just be laying up there. He try to get up on the couch and snuggle in between me and the cushion. Like, is this what we doing?
You like, yep,
so exactly.
Move over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there's still. Did I see that picture of you and Smokey? You were sleeping and he was sleeping right beside you.
Yes.
So cute. So,
yep.
Here they go. They're always riding their little mopeds and little dirt bikes. In the summertime, they go dirt bike crazy and just ride up and down the street,
I'm sure they do.
So
there's a kid in my neighborhood who does that. He's got his own little dirt bike and he'll gone all the time.
Not too much going on.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing going on
but the rain.
J-O-B, if you wanna be with me. Oh. Yeah.
What else? Anything that's been on your mind that like outside of the political stuff? Anything else that's been on your mind?
I mean, Valentine's Day just passed. And I was talking with Mom, and she was like, of course, with my dad passing, I know it's tough for my mom in particular, because that was her Valentine for 40-something years, 42 years. But then she was asking me, she was like, well, sometimes it can be hard, and, how are you feeling? And I was like, I'm straight, like this has probably been, and I don't want to say that I usually feel bad on Valentine's Day, but I don't know, I feel like this particular Valentine's Day, I felt, maybe not unusually, but I felt quite fine,
Yeah.
Like I really I acknowledge the day, because there's some people that it's Valentine's Day and they're single, they don't even want to, it's Valentine's Day, and like, oh, fighting,
Yeah.
But like it was very much like embracing Valentine's Day. Like, it's Valentine's Day, it's love day, happy Valentine's Day. People, to all the folks in love, to all the people who want to be in love, like, happy B-Day, yo. It wasn't like a bad day. It was just cool. It was just like, I'm happy for all the people that are in good relationships. There are a lot of people, you might have a Valentine, but your relationship's terrible.
It's the worst. You stressed out.
You stressed out. But I think maybe, and that might have been what it was, I just was like, I am so okay with not being in a relationship. Not because I don't want a relationship, not because I don't love. I love me some love. But I want to be like in a good relationship where it really is like a lovely relationship.
Yeah. And
I have just heard and seen too many relationships between friends and acquaintances and just, co-workers, whomever. Mm-hmm. The relationships are terrible. These people are married or they're in just relationships. You're just like, that is a lot of stress. For one, for it not to be your husband, but then also two, for it to be your husband.
Yeah.
And I just felt like when the time is right, the time will be right. And I am not hitting on nobody in a relationship. And I'm so glad, especially Black love. I'm here for all that. But I was just fine because I just am like, I think I've come to terms with if I am happy being by myself and being, as stress-free as I can be.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as my stress is not coming from somebody's son.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm okay with that. And I was fine. I was like, well, Mom, I'm okay. She's like, oh, okay. I just, some people, they just can't take the day. I said, that is true. I said, I am not one of those people.
Yeah.
I was like, it was good. How were you feeling?
I agree. I mean, for me, Valentine's Day, and maybe that's just because I'm not really like a sentimental person. I try to be, but I'm really not. So for Valentine's Day, it's never really kind of been like one of those days like, oh, we gotta do something. Even if I'm in a relationship, like, oh, big deal, make it a big deal. It's nice when it happens, and I won't not appreciate it.
You won't not accept it.
Exactly. But I'm never like, oh my gosh, you didn't do anything for me for Valentine's Day. So for me, Valentine's Day is I've always wanted to make it like a big deal, like for me and the kids. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, I don't care. Like, I show love all the time. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be on this particular day we make a big deal out of it. So for me, Valentine's Day has always been like, it's really just another day. Happy Valentine's Day, and I do love you. And there was a couple years here and there where I would like buy like a Valentine's basket or buy some candy or whatever. But here lately, it's just been like, I mean, I can get you candy anytime. Mm-hmm. I'll get you candy tomorrow if you really just want some. But yeah, it just kind of came and went. I didn't really think about it too much. My son and I were like, hey, happy Valentine's Day. And I said that to, Amaya and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't major. But I really appreciate what you said, like, about the idea, like, yeah, I would like to be in a relationship. Not now. Later. But the idea that I'm okay, I'm at peace being at peace. Mm-hmm. Like, because the idea of being in a relationship that causes me anxiety and stress and that's tumultuous, I don't want that. And you'll hear people say, like, I was having a conversation with my daughter, it's like, she's like, I want to be in a relationship. And I'm like, yes, like a lot of us do. I said, but the right relationship, I said, just with anybody, like, that's just asking for drama and for stress and trouble. So better to be single and at peace, or at least as much peace as possible, as opposed to being in a relationship and you are stressed out and you're hurting and you're crying and there's always something going on and you're not being treated right or appreciated. So Valentine's Day is, it's a corporate cash grab. So
yeah, it's definitely, all these holidays are truly corporate cash grabs. But I totally feel you on that. And it's so funny when we talk about like stress-free stuff. And this is just for everybody. Well, I'll just say for myself. It's really something like people like they want to be in relationships. It's really important. And I guess as you get older, this is when you really start to notice it and think about it. But really how you feel when you're in a good relationship versus a bad one. What relationship situation, whether you're in something good or something bad, because there were times where I was like, I want to be in something, or I miss this person who I shouldn't admit,
Yeah.
you know, and then you get the opportunity to deal back with that person, even if just a moment. And it's so interesting how fast you will fall back into this stressful state of mind or this state of confusion. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And sometimes I have to check myself even now where feelings and, you know, we'll say it's the devil. Devil gets me behind me, you know. But, you know, like, he'll put in my mind, like, don't you miss such and such? Or don't you miss being such and such? Or he did this nice thing for you. Don't you remember that? And I'll have, like, a moment of weakness. And I'll be like, oh, I do wonder what he's doing. Or maybe it wasn't so bad. Or, you know, or whatever. And either, like in the past, I have talked to the person again and been like, snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes. Here go the bull. This is why I didn't talk to this fool. It was terrible. Here we go. Or you have to remind yourself.
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm not going to talk to this person, then you have to go back to your memory bank and say, but do you also remember this?
Yeah.
Do you also remember how this person made you feel very insignificant? It made you feel this small, made you feel like you couldn't, you know, speak your mind or ask questions or be vulnerable or be yourself. Like, don't you remember that? Like, so that's what we need to do.
Yes.
Remember the parts where you were totally stressed, you were not at peace, you were confused. And let that lead you.
Let that be the guide. But I think also it's hard for a lot of people because all they've known have been bad relationships. And maybe the first one or whatever was really, like maybe they've had a really, really bad relationship. And then things have gotten progressively better or they've experienced better relationships. But in terms of, is this a healthy relationship or unhealthy? It is still unhealthy. But it's healthier than anything else they've ever experienced.
So they think that's healthy.
So their standard is still substandard, but it's better than what the other things that they've gone through. So, like, it's even like, yes, let that be your guide, but it's even then that you have to still sit back and ask yourself. But even then, even when that felt like that's the best I've ever experienced, and in that moment it felt good, still, did you still feel really good? Did you still feel like you could be yourself? And then weigh those two things. Did you feel her? Did you feel heard? Did you feel appreciated? We all need to ask ourselves those questions.
We do.
All the time.
There are a lot of people who are in very unhealthy relationships, but they don't know it because they've never experienced what healthy looks like. Or they have sometimes been taught that kind of, he's a good man, Savannah.
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man. He's just in a bad situation right now, and he's trying to get out of it.
That type joints.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's just how men are. Oh, all men cheat. Or, you can overlook that. He's a provider, type stuff. But there are a lot of people who are married to people they should have never been married to. And they're going to be married to them until their dying day.
Yeah.
Because, one, fear of being single again and what that looks like. And also thinking this is their soulmate. In my opinion, when you are really with the right person, being with them is going to be easy. It's just going to be easy.
It's going to feel different.
Yeah. You're not going to question everything. You're not going to be confused. How do they feel about me? There will be no confusion.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. It'll still be work.
Yes.
But it'll be a different type of work.
Yes.
It won't be work as in I need to keep their attention or I need to see how they feel about me, or like you said, like trying to figure out how they feel. It'll be work as in I'm going to show you how I feel about you. And I'm able to do that because you already made me feel secure about this relationship. So you'll be working from a place of affirmation instead of a place of validation.
Yeah.
Like the relationship, how I feel about you and how he feels about you or whatever has already been affirmed. So now all we're doing is just continuing to affirm how we feel about each other.
Mm-hmm.
And we're continuing to affirm each other. Like, you're great. I think you're great and you think I'm great and we're going to be great together, as opposed to, I need you to validate me, so I need to know how you feel about me. And if you really do love me, then you'll do these things. And if you love me, this is what love looks like.
Exactly.
So that's what we all should want.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. So, all in all, Valentine's Day was great. I had a good time, talked to some friends, and it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
I'm not. Oh, anemia. My old friend.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Do you feel the need to eat ice a lot still?
Yes and no. It's just something which Mom would be like, I froze some grapes for you. I need to
Oh, they're still in there?
Yeah. Because she was like, because it's something about the coldness in my mouth feels so good. It just feels like, it just feels so good. But it's not the same as drinking something.
Right.
I don't know if it's just like holding it in there or what, but it's not the same as putting just a cube
Don't do another one.
of ice.
Don't do it. For me, it was the chewing of the ice, and almost, you know how like Gushers or those fruit filled or candies or whatever, when you chew it and kind of that it was, for me, it was like you eat that ice cube or that piece of ice, and there's like a little mini explosion of water. So that was the sensation for me. It wasn't the coldness, because I hated when my mouth got cold.
Oh, I love it.
But I just liked the chewing of the ice and that it turned into water. So it was just,
I get that, but it's the coldness of the, because there's sometimes I wake up, I'll brush my teeth, and I'll come upstairs, and I'll be like, oh, I feel like my mouth feels hot.
Really?
And I'll just grab like 2 cubes of ice stuck
The
together.
full cubes.
Yeah. And just let it just melt. I'll just suck on it.
Wow.
Like, it'll get small like that. And then I'll crunch it.
That's interesting.
I used to crunch it when it was hard, but my dentist was like, do you want teeth or not?
So, all right, fine.
And now I try to suck it down to oblivion. But, yeah, it's kind of messing my teeth up, crunching on the ice. I mean, literally, my dentist was a little baffled. Like, it's really not that hard. You need to stop chewing ice. I said, have you ever had anemia? He was like, you just need to stop. Do you want teeth or not? I was like,
You're not being
yeah. He's like,
like, I don't know how any other way to tell you.
yeah. He was very irritated. Like, woman! So, yeah. So he's like, and you grind your teeth too. You need a night guard. I was like, they hurt my teeth. He was like, I mean, I don't know. We were damn near arguing there.
I believe it.
It's ridiculous, but yeah.
Do you still see that dentist? Oh.
I forget his name. Dr. Yoon? The Asian, an Asian man of Asian descent. So, I don't know where he falls, ethnically.
Yeah, but yes.
But anyway. Well, I'm not holding anything else.
No.
So we hope that, what should I leave people with? I don't know. All I'm thinking about is wanting to eat the rest of the night.
Yeah, don't eat ice. If you have a penchant for ice,
If you have anemia,
just drink really cold water
or if my mom says, freeze grapes and then eat the grapes.
and crunch those.
Yeah, because they're not
Not
like
as hard. Yeah. That's better. Makes your teeth cold though.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, not personally like that's better, but It's fine.
Yeah, do something else besides the ice, and also, you know, follow up with your doctor so you can get the anemia handled. And then do all the other things piece by piece.
Yes. Do not be overwhelmed. These 4 years are going to be about trying to overwhelm people. Do not fall for it.
Yeah.
Find the lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And the laughs.
Yes.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Until next time, people.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.